You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been anything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy, I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality.
Good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome to the Voice of Ocala. I'm Tom Schmitz, coming to you live from the WOCA studios, located just outside the food court entrance of the Paddock Mall, the palatial WOCA studios. This is the Voice of Ocala. If you're listening to us today, it is June 10th, 2015. Nice young lady outside. I'm waving to her now. She's waving back to me. She's listening to the show live just outside the window. A little overcast today. Rain comes and goes. It is the rainy season, albeit a little late this year. It showed up not so much in April as it is in June. But we need the rain, so not really a complaint that I have. If you want to complain about the rain, just wait 5 minutes. It'll change and it won't be raining anymore. Today is Wednesday. On the show today was scheduled to be the tennis pro at Golden Ocala. Therosian was supposed to be here. He had an emergency, so he had to couldn't make it today. He's going to make it tomorrow. So that's good news for you folks. That means the drawing for the free membership for the tennis and spa facilities at Golden Ocala has been pushed back a day. So you still have a whole 24 hours to register. If you want to register for that promotion, go to Buddy Martin, the Voice of Ocala Facebook page. It's Buddy Martin, the Voice of Ocala on Facebook. Find the Golden Ocala post talking about Golden Ocala, Buddy Martin Media, and the giveaway. Right in the comments section, I want to be a member of Golden Ocala Tennis and Spa Facility, or just I want to be a member. And that easily, you're registered for the drawing that will take place now at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow on the Voice of Ocala. Just been pushed back a day, that's all. We will be at Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood tomorrow, so just push it back a day. 24 extra hours for you to get involved. Buddy Martin, the Voice of Ocala Facebook page. Go down till you see the Golden Ocala logo and the Buddy Martin Media logo. In that post, right in the comment section, I would like to be a member. And you're registered, and your chance to win a free membership to Golden Ocala for the summer for the tennis and spa facility will be available. You'll have registered, and you'll go into the fishbowl for the drawing tomorrow. Busy day today. Tom James will be in the third hour. We'll have a sports roundtable discussion. John Adams of the Knoxville News was supposed to join us today, but he's in an area where he doesn't have cell service, so he's not going to be able to join us today. We'll reschedule John Adams of the Knoxville News Sentinel. I believe that's the name of the paper. I always say that that's the name of the paper, but, it may not be, but I think it is. I'm going to look it up real quick. Let's see what it is. Yeah, the Knoxville News Sentinel. John Adams will reschedule John Adams for another date. Because John Adams is always really, really good with his knowledge of the SEC and the University of Tennessee. So we'll have John Adams on another time. Not going to be able to join us today, though. Tom James will be in studio, though, for a sports roundtable with Buddy Martin and myself, talking a myriad of sports topics. The NTSB report is out. came out this morning. It says the engineer driving, this is according to an AP report, said the engineer driving an Amtrak train was not using his cell phone to talk, text, or download data just before the train derailed in Philadelphia last month. Of course, that deepens the mystery of what caused the accident that killed 8, injured 200. In an updated report, the NTSB said also said the engineer, Brandon Bastian, did not access the train's Wi-Fi system while he was operating the locomotive. Investigators have said that the train accelerated to 106 miles per hour in the last minute before entering a curve where the speed is 50 miles per hour. In the last few seconds, the brakes were applied with maximum force. The train was still traveling over 100 when it left the track. Bastian suffered a head injury in the May 12th crash, and his attorney has said the engineer doesn't remember anything after the train pulled out of Philadelphia's 30th Street station, the last stop before the derailment. Investigators did have the passcode to the phone, allowing them to access data without having to go through phone manufacturers. NTSB board member Bella Denzar said while investigators have ruled out the most obvious uses of phone before the crash, they have not ruled out some other possible uses, such as use of an app. To determine whether the phone was on airplane mode or was powered off, investigators in NTSB's laboratory have been examining the phone's operating system, which contains more than 400,000 files of metadata. The phone was used to make calls and send texts the day of the accident, but inconsistency in phone records present difficulties. This according to NTSB Chairman Chris Hart. The voice and text messages were recorded in different time zones and may not have been calibrated to the exact time as other equipment on the train, such as cameras focused on the track and recorded at registers how fast the train was going. They, of course, said previously they have not found any mechanical problems with the train, and the track had been inspected just before the crash. So we thought we'd get answers with the NTSB report today. We didn't get any answers. We got more questions. What we do know is the train accelerated to 106 miles an hour in the last minute before it crashed. We know within the last few seconds the brakes were applied at maximum force. We know the train was still traveling well over 100 miles an hour when it left the tracks. We now know that there was not any text messages, phone calls, or data, video being watched at the time of the crash by the engineer, and that he had not accessed the Wi-Fi system on the train while running the locomotive. So now, did he have a medical situation? Did he black out? Did he accidentally accelerate up to 106 when he thought he was doing decelerate? Could it be just that easy? All these things are being looked at by the NTSB, but today, if you thought there was going to be answers, the answers just created more questions. It's time to take a break on the Voice of Ocala. When we come back, 50 years. Someone very important in our community marks 50 years. I'll tell you who that is. Coming up next, right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey Checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
For generation after generation, America's heroes have been fighting for our freedoms, and it's those freedoms that have allowed us here at Mike Scott Plumbing to prosper and grow in this great land of ours. At Mike Scott Plumbing, we help thousands of customers every day with everything from irrigation to repairing the kitchen sink. But if there's one thing that absolutely, positively needs to be maintained, it's your septic system. If you don't maintain your septic system, it could fail completely, leaving you with a big bill and an even bigger mess. So we here at Mike Scott Plumbing would like to help all of those who have helped us. If you have your septic pumped and you're a veteran, we would like to extend to you a special discount. Just mention this ad. Please call our office to schedule your appointment today, 866-314-4443. And from all of us here at Mike Scott Plumbing, thank you for your service.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Aaron Levine. He's coming out to talk to us about ways to pursue a worry-free retirement.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
Hank Whittier will be in the studio from Vets Helping Vets, bringing you veterans news as he does every Thursday.
Dr. Wendy Suzuki has written a new book called Healthy Brain, Happy Life, a personal program to activate your brain.
And then Jim Penna will be on. He's the secretary of the Silver Springs Radio Club, and Ron Viola will be on. He's a participant in the annual Amateur Radio Relay League Field Day happening on Saturday, June 27th and Sunday, June 28th.
Pastor Charlotte Gamble will be on the air with her new book, The Miracle in the Middle.
And then Dr. Rovinia Brock is coming on. She's talking about maintaining a healthy diet.
Cindy Schmeiser will be speaking about the new SAT assessment for the next school year.
And then Dr. Carmen Caccioni and Libby Barney are coming on. They're talking about ways to find an online pharmacy. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala. Good news if you're just joining us. The Golden Ocala summer tennis and spa membership giveaway has been extended for another 24 hours. Roshan couldn't make it in today, so he's going to, the tennis pro at Golden Ocala, he's going to be in tomorrow, so we'll do the drawing tomorrow. So you still have a chance to register. You got a myriad of places you can go to. You can go to the WOCA Facebook page and look for the Golden Ocala logo. You can go to the Buddy Martin Voice of Ocala, look for the Golden Ocala logo. You can go to, I think it's even on Ocala Word of Mouth. It's all over. But just look and find the Golden Ocala logo, the post about summer memberships for the tennis and spa facility. Go into the comments section and say, I'd like to be a member. And you're registered to win a summer membership to the tennis and spa facility at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. We got myriad of places you can go. You can go to Buddy Martin, the Voice of Ocala Facebook page. You can go to WOCA's Facebook page. I think it's even on my Facebook page. It's all over. So go find the Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club logo, the post about the summer membership giveaway for the tennis and spa facility. Write in the comments section, I'd like to be a member, or I want to be a member of the tennis and spa facility at Golden Ocala, anything along those lines, and that automatically registers you for the drawing that will take place tomorrow at 3:30 on the Voice of Ocala. Roshan, the tennis pro from Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club, will be here to do the drawing. So you got another 24 hours you can register for the summer membership giveaway at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. Buddy Martin, the Voice of Ocala, the WOCA Facebook page, any of those places, go find the Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club logo and post. And in the comment section say, I want to be a member. And you're registered for the drawing. 50 years is a long time. Half a century. Well, this weekend, Reverend Patrick J. Sheedy will be honored for 50 years of service since his ordination on June 13, 1965. This according to a story on Ocala.com by Marion Rizzo. Also being recognized is his brother, the Reverend Michael Sheedy, who was ordained on the same day in County Clare, Ireland. Michael Sheedy is pastor of St. Senan's Church in Kilrush, Ireland. He'll be in Ocala for the celebration. Father Pat and Father Michael are among 12 siblings, 6 boys, 6 girls, all still living. Several siblings and other relatives are expected to be here this weekend. They're all going to take place in the Mass. They're all going to have a part in the Mass, said Father Pat. My brother Mike is vicar general of his diocese in Kilrush. He's a big shot. I'm just a lowly guy on a totem pole. All of us who are Catholics in this community, and even some Protestants who have deal with Father Pat on a day-to-day basis, as he does so much for this community, know that Father Pat is never the low man on the totem pole. He says I didn't realize about 5,000 people attend Mass every weekend. He's been at Blessed Trinity for 27 years. He's he not only has he run the church at Blessed Trinity, where, by the way, he'll meet you out front for about half an hour every day before church, and you can ask Father to get anything he wants. So he has worked in Jacksonville. He's before he came to Ocala, he was at parishes in Jacksonville. I'm trying to find all the places he's worked. I had it here and now I've lost it. But Father Pat, 50 years of devotion as a priest. He served in parishes in Jacksonville, Daytona, Lakeland, and Orlando. He came to Ocala in 1988. At that time, Blessed Trinity had about 2,700 members in an elementary school with 222 students. He said, Fran Harwis, a church's human resource director, said enrollment was low and we questioned if we could keep the school open. Father Pat said he was a big supporter of Catholic education. If we need anything, let him know. Under his leadership, we've added classrooms to elementary school. Enrollment today is 1,537. Angel in Arms preschool through high school. He saw the establishment of 2 mission churches in Marion County, Christ the King in Citra and Our Lady of Guadalupe in West Ocala. 2 convent houses were built to house 5 nuns who serve in various ministries in the community. The church, since Father Pat taken over, has added a balcony to the main sanctuary, expanded the elementary school to include middle school and gymnasium, built Trinity High School at another campus, and has built an elder care facility. Brothers Keepers, the outreach to the community, provides a soup kitchen, retail sales, and emergency assistance in food, utilities, and rentals. Father Pat touches a lot of people's lives. He's been here 27 years, but he's been an ordained priest for 50 years. There's going to be a big celebration for Father Pat. And, you know, I bet it's going to be standing room only. Every time but we have him on the radio here, and Buddy asks him, is there anything you can do for Tom Schmitz? Father Pat says, well, we keep asking God. Never one to shy away from a chance to make some humor in a person's life. Father Pat also has a very serious side to him, but I enjoy my time with Father Pat. I always talk to Father Pat at Trinity football games when we were doing those on the Marion County Friday night high school game of the week. When I go to church, and, you know, I don't go as often as I should, and Father Pat points that out as he sees me, because, like I said, he stands out in front of the church at Sunday Mass for about 20, 30 minutes and just talks to people. And he always points out that, Mr. Schmitz, been a while since I've seen you. It usually has, Father. It usually has. But Father Pat, 50 years of service since his ordination on June 13th, 1965. So, you know, all of you who may want to attend that, I believe the Mass is going to be this weekend. It is this weekend. So, if you can, try to get over to Blessed Trinity for services this weekend to help celebrate Father Pat's 50 years of service, religious service, and 27 as a stalwart of our community here in Ocala. You know, there are people that are just as good examples, but there are no better examples of the giving and caring of Ocala than Father Pat at Blessed Trinity, in my opinion. So kudos to Father Pat for making it 50 years. Hey, remember about, I don't know, I heard about it about 6, 7, 8 months ago that parking was going to get easier downtown. And then in May was when it was supposed to kick in. I'm going to tell you about a project that's running a little behind in the downtown area. I don't really understand why it's running behind, but we'll get into that. It's a app that was supposed to help it, although we'll talk about it after the break. I'm not real sure I need an app to make me be able to park easier downtown, because, and I know we need a parking garage, don't get me wrong, but for people to say there's no parking downtown, it's because you're lazy. Now, I know for people to come downtown, for consumers and all to come downtown, and if we build a hotel downtown and all, you're going to need a centrally located parking garage, and it will help the downtown immensely to have a parking garage. But there is parking downtown. There's just not a lot of parking on the square in downtown. You got to walk a few blocks if you want some parking, but there is parking downtown. But this app was supposed to help you with that. And I'll tell you what the problems are with that app after we come back from break. Plus, wait till you hear what a suicide bomber targeted. I knew it was only a matter of time. And you think that I get angry sometimes over, how we deal with terrorists. Well, now they're messing with things that really aggravate me. The only thing that would make me more aggravated than this is the loss of human life. I'll tell you about that after the break. And President Obama Looks like he's going to have to send some more troops overseas. I'll tell you all about that next, right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source. Are you one of those golfers that use the .coms to try to find the best deal available every day of the week? Well, why use a middleman? For $100, you can be a summer member at Pine Oaks of Ocala. And what do you get with your Pine Oaks membership? Well, you get to play all the golf that you want in the afternoons, and all you do is pay the cart fee. $8 for 9 holes or $12 for 18 holes. This is the golf deal of the summer. Don't miss it. That's the $100 summer membership at Pine Oaks of Ocala.
People make all kinds of mistakes with life insurance, like having some coverage but not enough to keep your family in the house, or only having life insurance through work and then losing your job. Want to avoid those mistakes? Get an Allstate agent. They can help you get the coverage your family needs at an affordable price. Are you in good hands?
Hey, this is Kevin McDonald. Make your family your priority. Let's get together and review your life insurance today.
Life insurance offered by Allstate Life Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and Lincoln Benefit Life Company, Lincoln, Nebraska.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rachel Sutherland. ISIS black flags over Ramadi. Now more U.S. troops are heading to Iraq, but they aren't going in a combat role.
The president has signed off on a Pentagon proposal to send up to 450 additional U.S. troops to train, advise, and assist Iraqi forces fighting ISIS. The president has declared that U.S. combat troops serving in Iraq is not an option.
Fox News Radio's John Decker. Lawmakers are asking about a plan B. Should the U.S. Supreme Court strike down health insurance subsidies? Health and Human Services Secretary Sylvia Burwell.
To solve that problem, the critical decisions are going to sit with the Congress.
As many as 6 million Americans could lose their health insurance if the high court rules against the Obama administration. And a mother's love. A pregnant California mom sucked rattlesnake venom from her son's leg during a hike. Everyone's okay. Fox News, we report, you decide.
And now another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his wife he only wanted a nice card this Father's Day, so she went to Golfsmith and got the new tailor-made AeroBurner iron set and a free $100 gift card. He was overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of the card and couldn't really blame her for keeping the irons for herself. Hurry into Golfsmith from now until June 28th and get a free gift card of up to $100 when you purchase a new tailor-made AeroBurner club. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice Hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
Want to learn more about your furnace or air conditioner? Tune in this Saturday for free tips and expert advice on how to get the most out of your heating and air conditioning system. Or get a free AC rejuvenation by being the first person to go to cleanmyac.com. That's cleanmyac.com. Saturday, free tips and expert advice on how to get the most out of your heating and air conditioning system. Or get a free AC rejuvenation by being the first person to go to cleanmyac.com. That's cleanmyac.com.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Fidgeting can make it easier to lose weight. Many couples think that once they're married, all their issues with in-laws will disappear, but Steinort says a marriage magnifies these problems, so if you're having family clashes with potential in-laws, it's best to resolve those issues before you get married. Just like couples can take out a loan for a house or a new car, there's been a huge surge in loan companies catering to wannabe parents.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala. I'm Tom Schmitz coming to you on a Wednesday afternoon, June 10th, 2015. Buddy Martin will be here in the 4 o'clock hour. It is Coffee with the Mayor. Mayor Kent Gwynn makes his weekly visit to the show, and then in the 5 o'clock hour, Tom James will be here to have a sports roundtable discussion with Buddy Martin and myself, and then we just got confirmation that at 5:35, College of Central Florida head basketball coach Tim Ryan will be joining us on the show. The city of Ocala last month was supposed to make parking easier in downtown. The city had paid $38,000 to Streetline, a California company that makes parking devices. Devices were put beneath 192 parking spaces. An accompanying app would help drivers find the spaces that registered as empty. The Star Banner, this story in the Star Banner, asked Charles Chip Rich, the city's community improvements administrator, what happened to this app. The simple answer is the system just isn't working yet. Streetline has been purchased by another company. The Ocala project has been pushed back. The system should be operational in 2 weeks, Rich said. The app works much like a GPS on a smartphone, telling the driver where they are and on what road parking is available. The good news is the sensors are working. Rich gets a ton of parking data in real time, including what parking space is being used and for how long. Don't fret, though. Because the main use of the app has not been possible, the city has not paid the $2,000 per month subscription fee. The sensors are installed under all downtown parking spaces along the street and all spaces with parking meters. Rich hopes to have them installed under hundreds more spaces in the downtown area on either side of Silver Springs Boulevard and in the downtown parking garage once it's built. He does say the good thing about all this data we've gotten is it pushes the case for more parking. It's given us invaluable information. Some things it shows is what other parking studies have already told city officials, that the peak parking hours are about lunchtime and 6 to 7 p.m. During lunchtime on Magnolia Avenue on the east side of the road near the square, 93% of the parking spots are taken at any given time during lunch. That drops to about 50% after lunch and then increases again to 97% by 6 p.m. That points to the need for a parking garage where visitors, but most importantly area employees, can park for extended periods and still leave spaces available for shoppers who wish to stay for shorter times. It's estimated about 100 area employees utilize public parking in the downtown area. So there is an app coming to tell you where more parking is available. Supposed to be working downtown, but it's not yet. Now, Trina Hill, she's a 22-year-old waitress, this according to Ocala.com, who works downtown, shops, and socializes downtown, says parking's not a problem. I don't need an app. If anything, I have to circle around once before finding a spot. It's not a big deal. I come downtown every day. People are just impatient. Louise Evident also says she has no need for an app. I come downtown every weekend. I always find parking. And if I have to park further out, I just walk a little bit. I don't mind. Rich says, though, the app was never meant for the frequent downtown visitors. It's not an app for people that always go downtown. They already know where the ancillary parking spots are, he says. The app is meant for the occasional visitor who needs to find a parking spot. It will come with GPS commands, and you can travel just using your voice commands to find your parking spot. You don't have to actually look at your phone for it. So once this system gets working, it'll have some advantages, I think, but it's not working right now. But the city's not paying the $2,000 a month subscription fee until it is working, but they did pay $38,000 already. President Obama ordered the deployment of 450 more U.S. troops to Iraq on Wednesday to advise and assist local forces in an effort to reverse the recent gains of the Islamic State. The U.S. will open a fifth training site in Iraq. The goal is integrating Iraqi special forces and Sunni fighters. The immediate objective is to retake the city of Ramadi, seized by Islamic State last month. This decision comes at the request of Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi, and based on advice from Pentagon leaders, the White House said the U.S. troops will not be in a combat role. Yeah, we're not there for combat reason, but shoot at us and we're shooting back. Combat. Either get out and stay out, or you shouldn't have left in the first place. It's my opinion. Speaking of terrorists, this is one that really, really boils my blood. The only thing that's worse than this, in my opinion, is a senseless loss of life by humans at the hand of terrorists. This is in Luxor, Egypt. A suicide bomber blew himself up Wednesday close to the ancient pharaonic temple of Karnak in southern Egypt, a site visited by millions every year, the government said. No tourists were hurt, and the monument on the Nile side was not damaged. The attack was the second this month near a major tourist attraction, marking a shift in tactics by Islamic militants against the government of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. The attack suggests extremists are shifting from shootings and bombings of security forces to targeting Egypt's vital tourism industry. In Wednesday's violence, officials said the security at Karnak prevented the suicide bomber from entering the temple complex, and the forces battled two gunmen who were with him, killing one and capturing the other. Karnak, of course, is one of Egypt's biggest tourist draws. It's a complex of temples, colossal statues, obelisks. I can't even say the word right. Massive columns built by a succession of pharaonic dynasties. The oldest sections date back to nearly 4,000 years. So now they've decided, because tourists go to the Egyptian ruins, they're going to start bombing the Egyptian ruins. Except for loss of life, the thing that infuriates me the most is destroying historical ruins in this country. These people don't care. Extreme militants don't care that they do what they destroy. They want to destroy life as we know it. And this boils my blood when I see they're going, I mean, now nothing's safe. The Colosseum in Rome isn't safe. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, not safe. The ancient ruins of Greece, they're in jeopardy. The Vatican could be in jeopardy. If they're gonna start looking at historical sites that tourists attend, downtown Philadelphia could be right in the sights. Boston, as we have seen, has already had militants of the Islamic faith. Not all the people of Islam, but militants, extremists who follow a strict, I won't even, just a different version of Islam is the only way I can understand it, because it's not the Islam the Quran teaches. I've read the Quran 3 or 4 times. This is not a religion that calls for the eradication of everybody except them. But these extremists are thinking that exact thing, and now they're targeting historical sites as well. Come on, really? I mean, that's just... I'm trying to stay calm here. Buddy says I can't, that I gotta stay calm. I mean, this reminds me, remember when the gunman opened fire June 3rd outside of the pyramids at Giza? That was on the outskirts of Cairo. I mean, just something has to be done. We'll see. It's got me just all flustered. Let's go out to the phone lines, and maybe this guy can bring me back down to earth. Buddy Martin joins us. Buddy, hi, how are you?
Hey, Tom.
I'm a little aggravated, buddy.
Me?
Imagine that. I'm a little aggravated.
Yeah, well, calm down. The day's going to get better. Number one, the mayor will be in shortly.
Coffee with the mayor.
And he's got some news. And then one of our favorites, Jeff Halcomb, the water czar. He's director of water and sewer for Ocala. He's going to get us at 4:30. And we'll talk a little sports. Our buddy Tom James will be aboard for a roundtable discussion on things like coaches' salaries, maybe the College World Series, maybe Cardale Jones and his quarterback situation. Just whatever's on our mind on our roundtable. And then the coach of the CF Patriots, Tim Ryan, joins us at 5:35 today. Catch us up on what's happened with the Patriot program. So we got a lot going on here, and you just need to calm down and save yourself for the good stuff.
I probably do. Buddy, did you realize big celebration this weekend, 50 years as an ordained priest for Father Pat?
One of the topics I was going to talk to the mayor about was the fact that Father Pat, as he's known around here, and Pat Shea, a very popular figure in both, in a community, period, let alone the Catholic faith. Somebody who's done a lot of good for our community, and an ally of the mayor. He and the mayor working together on the Open Arms and the facility for homeless. And yes, I did read that story. I read the headline and glimpsed the story. And yeah, lucky to have a guy like Father Pat in our community. And we'll talk to the mayor about him as well.
Yeah, well, buddy, have safe travels in. It looks like you can't tell whether it's going to storm, it's not going to storm. We got that Ocala weather that we've grown accustomed to, where if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes and it'll change. It looks like another afternoon that way today.
Well, I was just talking to Brendan yesterday, and he said, guess what we're getting at every afternoon at 4 o'clock? Showers. That's something you don't really get in Denver until August. So the cycles and weather are kind of messed up, and they're getting the typical Florida weather there in Colorado. So, yeah, we'll hope it stays somewhat dry. We could use a sprinkle, though.
We could use a sprinkle. Well, safe travels in, buddy. We'll see you in hour number 2 for Coffee with the Mayor.
Got it. Thank you.
Buddy Martin, we'll take a break. We come back. I'll wrap up hour number 1. Get you prepared for hour number 2 of the Voice of Ocala right here on WOCA 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source. Do you remember when summer was a celebration? No schools, no worries, just days packed with your favorite pastime. It was the splendid season you dreamed of all year long. But as you got older and busier, the summer seemed to lose its sparkle. Where did those carefree days go? Well, they're closer than you think. Summer's still sensational at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club, where you can come out and play the grown-up way with our affordable summer memberships. Enjoy our championship golf course celebrating the game's greatest holes, hard-true tennis courts, and a state-of-the-art fitness center. Explore our stately 77,000 square foot clubhouse and unwind at our relaxing spa.
Don't forget the pool!
It's a summer unlike any other, and it's yours with a Golden Ocala summer membership. You can call Golden Ocala at 629-6229 to inquire about a summer membership, or you can visit goldenocala.com to learn more. That's goldenocala.com.
If you've been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in, I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lakeware sunsets. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lakeware. Seating now available. Whenever you're searching for an attorney, you want somebody with knowledge who has a commitment to our community and our state. Such is the case with Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer. In everything from car and other motor vehicle accidents, work accidents, personal injury, and wrongful death cases. Daniel L. Hightower also handles Social Security disability and bankruptcy. Call him today at 352-629-7777 or check out danhightower.com. Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Aaron Levine. He's coming out to talk to us about ways to pursue a worry-free retirement.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
Hank Whittier will be in the studio from Vets Helping Vets, bringing you veterans news as he does every Thursday.
Dr. Wendy Suzuki has written a new book called Healthy Brain, Happy Life, a personal program to activate your brain.
And then Jim Panna will be on. He's the secretary of the Silver Springs Radio Club, and Ron Viola will be on. He's a participant in the annual Amateur Radio Relay League Field Day happening on Saturday, June 27th and Sunday, June 28th.
Pastor Charlotte Gamble will be on the air with her new book, The Miracle in the Middle.
And then Dr. Rovinia Brock is coming on. She's talking about maintaining a healthy diet.
Cindy Schmeiser will be speaking about the new SAT assessment for the next school year.
And then Dr. Carmen Caccioni and Libby Barney are coming on. They're talking about ways to find an online pharmacy. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala. Wrapping up hour number one. Buddy Martin on the way in for Coffee with the Mayor. Mayor Kent Gwynn will be in studio. Then we found out the water czar, Jeff Halcomb, will be in at 4:30. In the 5 o'clock hour, Tom James, myself, and Buddy Martin will talk all that is sports. We'll have a sports roundtable where we'll discuss a myriad of topics. And then at 5:35, the head basketball coach for the College of Central Florida Patriots, Tim Ryan, joins the show. As we wrap up hour number one, I'm gonna crush some people's visions. The animated series The Simpsons heading into its 27th season. The show plans to keep fans intrigued. Executive producer Al Jean told Variety that one of the plots points to for the new season is Springfield's super couple splitting up in the appearance of a surprising other woman. That's right. Homer and Marge will legally separate in the upcoming season of The Simpsons. In the premiere, it's going to be discovered that Homer has narcolepsy. Homer and Marge legally separate. Homer falls in love with his pharmacist. There's even going to be an appearance by Sideshow Bob, who hasn't been on the show for a while. They said that this season they'll get to 625 episodes. 625 episodes of The Simpsons. I didn't think The Simpsons, remember it started as a short on the Tracy Ullman Show. And here it is at the end of the season, the 27th that the show, the 27th season, they will have completed 625 episodes. And the first episode of this season will have Marge Simpson and Homer Simpson separating legally. And Homer falling in love with his pharmacist. And it'll be just said that Homer has narcolepsy. All of this comes as no surprise to me. I don't know why Marge hadn't left him before. Coming up next on the Voice of Ocala, the mayor of Ocala, Kent Gwynn, joins us. It's Coffee with the Mayor. Buddy Martin will be in. Then Jeff Halcomb, 4:30, the water czar for the city of Ocala, joins us. Tom James, Buddy Martin, and myself will have a sports roundtable discussion in the 5 o'clock hour. And then Tim Ryan, the head basketball coach at the College of Central Florida, joins us, talking College of Central Florida basketball. All that on today's Voice of Ocala on a Wednesday, June 10th, 2015, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Do you experience body aches, joint, or muscle pain all over your body? Does it keep you up at night, interfere with your day, and leave you feeling tired and in pain? You could be suffering from fibromyalgia. Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala is conducting a research study of investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 18 and 75 who have had widespread body pain or tenderness for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication at no cost. Compensation for time and travel will be provided, and insurance is not necessary to participate. If you experience body aches or suffer from fibromyalgia and would like to find out more information about this fibromyalgia study, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. That's Rinstar Medical Research, 352-629-5800. Rinstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey Checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
1370 WOCA. Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
Come join New Male Medical, the experts in men's sexual health, and celebrate the opening of their newest location in the Villages this Friday from 11 to 1 at 8640 County Road 466. That's at the Santa Fe crossing on 466 going towards Rolling Acres. There will be free food and refreshments for all in attendance. Spend some time touring the facilities, and men get a free testosterone screening. For more information, call 404-4779. That's 404-4779.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. President Obama is sending up to 450 troops to Iraq to join the 3,000 already there to help train local forces fighting ISIS. White House spokesman Josh Earnest.
Based on the analysis of the Department of Defense and other elements of the President's national security team, they arrived at this number.
The president resisting demands by some to put boots on the ground in Iraq. A house-to-house search in the small town of Willsboro, New York for 2 convicted killers who escaped from prison over the weekend.
This resident says the area presents many opportunities for someone who doesn't want to be found.
Around the farm, you know, there's a lot of good places a person could hide.
And the questions continue of workers at the prison to find any help the men had in breaking through walls and pipes.
Fox Radio's Grinnell Scott. Murder charges have been dropped against a Georgia woman accused of inducing an abortion by taking pills. A prosecutor says state law does not cover the alleged action. Fox News, we report, you decide.
And now another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his wife he only wanted a nice card this Father's Day, so she went to Golfsmith and got the new tailor-made AeroBurner iron set and a free $100 gift card. He was overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of the card and couldn't really blame her for keeping the irons for herself. Hurry into Golfsmith from now until June 28th and get a free gift card of up to $100 when you purchase a new tailor-made AeroBurner club. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice Hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
He's gone. He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala.
Hoo-ah! You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Glad to be with you today. This is the normal day for a coffee with the mayor, but today it's just the mayor. We couldn't make that. That's okay. Hey, listen, you're batting a high average, and I'm just grateful that you're here. Mayor Kent Gwynn joins us every Wednesday at this time to talk about things in his first city. How you doing, Mayor?
Doing good, buddy.
Wrong microphone.
Yeah, we got to get a microphone working.
He's on
here.
mic 4, and I got him turned up on mic 5.
Yeah, well, you know, it takes a while. It's 4 years. There you go.
All right.
All right, you good?
He's good now.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, good to have you, Mayor Gwynn.
All right, buddy.
What's the good news in your fair city? Anything you can talk about that got your attention the last time since we talked?
Well, I don't know if we told you or not that we had 21 respondents for the RFP we put out for the parking garage, which we were excited about. And so we've got some really people that are, experts in that field that, are looking at doing it. And so we're excited about that. We've got 2 proposals back that we hope we'll see here in a couple of weeks, I think, for the chamber site to be done. So they look good. And so, things are moving along in that direction. I mean, that's something we've been waiting for about, 13 years on the chamber site and about 50 years on the parking garage. So I think once those things are done, I think things will move forward downtown. One of the things I did last week was I took a trip down to Tampa to a place called Metropolitan Ministries, who have a homeless facility for families that they take care of, and it was an amazing place. You would never know it's a homeless facility. Looks like a college campus. Small college campus, but it's a great facility, do a great job, and want to take some more people down there and see if we could replicate, something like that here in Ocala. One of the things I found interesting was right down the street from this place was the Salvation Army, and that's the same Salvation Army that oversees the Salvation Army here in Ocala. I understand the Salvation Army in Tampa is going to be moving from their location where they are because that area is going to be redeveloped. So they're going to move to a different location so it can be redeveloped and turned into a nicer area.
One of the things that struck me about what you said, and I've had the same issue. That's not the issue, just the fact that sometimes it just takes a long time to get things done.
Right.
I know I'm working on 2 projects. I've mentioned this several times on the air. One started 35 years ago, one started 25 years ago. Things that we thought we would get done soon.
Right.
And it's taken this long to get them launched.
Sure.
And I guess the lesson to that is you never give up. You keep staying. How do you've stayed with us for a long time now as a, as the person who's been a cheerleader for the city,
right,
and trying to keep spirits high, and you've seen different things ebb and flow and things come and go, and but you always seem to be able to get back up on the horse and ride it again. How do you do that?
Persevere.
Yeah,
that's a good word. Persevere.
Yeah.
You just never give up. You never quit, and you just keep coming back and keep coming back. Don't give up.
Yeah, I've got a list of 50 things here, and I won't go into them right now, but people were asked what you learn after 50 years. Now, I'm well past that. You're a little bit past it. And there's some interesting things in this, just short little blurbs of what various people said. Some of them I don't even know who they were. But in that someplace, there's one to call persevere. That's one of the ones someone said, persevere. Yeah. Keep on keeping on, whatever you want to call it, And you need a motivation to do that. In your case, you love your city.
Love my city.
And it's not a case of you lining your pockets with money because it's not happening.
It's costing me money to spend the time I spend doing this.
And as advice for people, when I talk about writing a book, they ask me sometimes about writing books. I always say, make sure you love your subject because you're going to be married to it for a while.
Exactly.
And you better like it because if you don't, you'll find yourself pushing it away and not wanting to work on it. So you really have to have a passion for those kind of projects. And, whether it's a Marion Theater or the parking garage or whatever it might be, is having that passion. And that's what good leaders do, in my opinion. Good leaders grab a hold of something and show great passion and leadership and commitment, and that inspires other people, I think. Don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I saw you at church that one day and I didn't know what else to do, and we said, well, we're not gonna quit. We're gonna keep at it and get the Marion Theater open, and look at it now. So yeah, I mean, I inspired you, you inspired me, and we inspired a lot of other people, and got people involved, and things move forward. Same thing with the downtown. There's a lot of cheerleaders downtown, business owners, etc., that we've gotten. Over the years, a lot of new players that have come on, but that same core group, Shannon Roth and all that group down there, Gauzes, and Cindy over at Mark's, and all the different restaurants that she's
Harry's and different things. So you've been there for a while.
She was with Reno's and Mark's, and I can't remember the name of the place.
It was called. We mentioned it yesterday. Tom, you remember the name of the restaurants? The third restaurant.
The first one she was in.
Reno's, and it was called called the Rooster or something.
Brass Rooster.
Brass Rooster, yeah.
Yeah, Cindy and I used to sit down there and eat breakfast and talk about what was going to happen at the chamber site, and everything was just 3 more months, 6 months, and now we look back and laugh.
It is.
Yeah, 13 years, but no, it's going to happen, and when it does, well, it'll just be, it'll almost be like a non-event. We've got excited so many times and expected this, and we've lived it, dreamed it. So when it actually happens, when it actually becomes reality, it'll be, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but,
the penultimate prize.
Yeah, it will be. So we're excited. It'll be good for downtown. Not just downtown, it'll be good for our community.
Of course. And the other thing is that we always like to be respectful of those who came before.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there were a lot of other leaders before us, particularly before you, because I've been around a while. But that those people invested of themselves in our community in a big way.
Oh, sure.
And you knew those mostly men, some women, who had that great pride in their city, and who didn't really have an agenda for themselves per se, but just wanted the city to be the best it could be. So my question to you would be when you're old and gray and in your rocking chair looking back at the city of Ocala, what it is, what would you like to be able to say that it has become? What would make you happy?
Golly.
You can think about it for a minute.
Yeah,
think about it. We'll come back in a break and you can talk about it. And I have an idea what they might be, but we all kind of want the same thing. But you may have a little different vision.
Sure.
Because that's what your life has been.
Right.
So you want to be able to see that accomplished. We'll take a break. We'll come back and have no coffee, but the mayor right here. Boy, the guy gets beat up. He brings coffee every day, and then one day he didn't bring it, and not appreciated.
I don't think that it says coffee from the mayor. It's coffee with the mayor. Every now and then, Buddy Martin could buy the coffee, couldn't he, Mr. Mayor?
It's a great idea. I want you to run out and get some during the break.
He did that once.
Yeah, I've done it once.
How long have we been doing this show?
Well, I get to it. I mean, I get around to it every couple of years. So
well. Although if you start buying coffee for the mayor, you couldn't buy me breakfast. So maybe you need to just not worry about the coffee.
That might be a good thing. I don't know. So we'll take a break and return with the mayor after this timeout on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of
Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
The next drink is on Dave Del Rio at Eaton's Beach Sand Bar and Grill. Just ask him for it. But don't wait. Show up soon because this offer isn't going to last very long. Eaton's Beach Sand Bar and Grill will be filling up fast because their friends from the north are headed back that way soon. The good news is that seating is now available and Dave's buying the first drink. If you've been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sand Bar and Grill and couldn't get in, now you can see firsthand what your friends have been talking about. Great food. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Floresiana menu. Great location. Check out those gorgeous sunsets over Lake Weir. Great people. Starting with Chef Dave Del Rio, who began his career in 1978. This spicy guy has been instrumental in opening over 100 restaurants. And he's buying you a drink. Eaton's Beach Sand Bar and Grill, where there's little or no waiting these days. Come see what started out Jay Eaton's dream almost 90 years ago. It's more awesome than ever. Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood, and when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
Come join New Male Medical, the experts in men's sexual health, and celebrate the opening of their newest location in the Villages this Friday from 11 to 1 at 8640 County Road 466. That's at the Santa Fe crossing on 466 going towards Rolling Acres. There will be free food and refreshments for all in attendance. Spend some time touring the facilities, and men get a free testosterone screening. For more information, call 404-4779. That's 404-4779.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Cozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Talking about when we left for break, what would be Kent Gwenn's vision for the city he hoped he helped build when he gets ready to go to his rocking chair one day and look back at the city and say, I'm proud because our city did this or is this. Is there one thing in particular or two or three things you think of that you'd be proudest of?
I just want to make it a great city. I mean, make it better than, when I got on council. when I leave, whenever that is. But
what's that going to take?
Well, it's got to take, getting that downtown done. I mean, that's first and foremost. When that happens, the rest of it just kind of falls in place.
You mean the east side of the square?
Yeah, both sides of the square.
Yeah,
I mean, when people see that chamber site done, people will say, wow, this is really going to happen. This is actually for real.
Right.
And then they'll say, which they have, I want to do something on the other side of the boulevard. I want to do, some other things. I mean, 2 hours after we said we were going to build a parking garage, my phone started ringing off the hook saying, I want to build some things on the other side of the boulevard. I want to, do different projects. So now, actually, I was just having a conversation with Stan McLean today, and over coffee at Starbucks. He happened to stop by on his way back from a meeting and was heading to the county commission office, and he and I sat there for 15, 20 minutes, talked about a bunch of great ideas we're going to work on together that involved the downtown, and doing moving some people around, and working on some different facilities. So which was fun, to be able to do that. So
now he's going to be running for
state representative.
So
but I said, hey, while you're here, let's get some of this stuff done before you leave.
So the east side of the square and the other west side as well.
North and south.
North, south. Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's certainly part and parcel of it.
Sure.
But then there also is the issue, the social issues, which you've been wrapped up in, trying to deal with the homeless. For the homeless sake of the homeless too, I might add, not just because it makes it easier downtown, but I mean the right thing to do is find a place for homeless.
Well, to help them,
Yeah.
and that was I was being almost facetious, but the comment I made about the Salvation Army in Tampa is true. The same Salvation Army that's telling us that we can't move our Salvation Army somewhere else other than downtown. A, theirs isn't downtown. B, they're moving their Salvation Army so that it can be, that area can be redeveloped to make it a nicer area.
Yep.
But somehow those same people don't think that we can move ours and still provide the same or even greater service than we're providing now.
Got it. Tom, you talked to the Salvation Army. You had him on your show.
I did. Major Patterson, I had him on.
Yeah.
Last week.
What did he have to say?
Great guy.
Well, Major Patterson said that he cleared some things up for me that I didn't realize. He said the expansion is about 3,000 square foot, what is going to square up the building that's already existing there. And that a lot of people are like, but you're expanding the kitchen and everything too. Well, really, they're taking what used to be the chapel, because they've moved the chapel out on 14th, and they're transforming the chapel into a larger kitchen and dining area. So they're repurposing a lot of that space downtown. They're creating 3,000 square foot of new space, but they're repurposing a lot of that space downtown. And I think sometimes people thought that they were adding a kitchen and a dining area and all. They're not. They're just repurposing the chapel for that purpose.
Kitchen. Yeah, and when they're adding 42 beds.
Well, he says they will have the ability to add 42 beds. There's no guarantee they'll add that many, is what he said.
Okay.
So what you want them to do is to be a part of Open Arms? Is that what you're looking for?
No. What they had talked about, and Rusty Skinner had talked about, was moving them out onto 14th Street where a career source is, so that they can work with them to get jobs and things like that. The problem that we have is we have a lot of calls for service at the Salvation Army where there's stabbings, fights, and such, there. And you just have these chronic homeless that sleep out on the street and the sidewalks. Got pictures of them, and they're not being told to leave.
Well, and the major said that there are some issues with the staging area of where they gather to wait for the Salvation Army to open and everything,
right.
And they have to find alternatives for that staging area, because that's where a lot of the problems are generated from, is those staging areas where people are just hanging out and not. And he said that was something the Salvation Army had to be proactive on doing, stopping that staging area from becoming a just hangout area.
Well, and it's just not that. It's they're hanging out all over, the downtown, panhandling, and doing a lot of other devious things that we've got to fix. There is
You mean like reaching onto somebody's table and taking bread because they wouldn't give them money?
or reaching in their pocket?
No, the reason I say that is because I was sitting eating 2 weeks ago downtown. A guy asked me for money. I said, I don't have any money. And he said, well, I'll take some bread, and reached on and took the bread off my table.
Now, can you imagine anybody doing anything more dangerous than that, taking Tom Schmidt's food? If you want to get hurt in a hurry, take something off his plate.
Luckily, there's a 6'1" blonde that just put her hand on my arm and said, let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah. Wow. But,
but that's the activity you're talking about that's not needed downtown.
Well, but there's a solution for that, and there's, down at in Pinellas County, there's a place called Safe Harbor, which is run by the jail, which is for, when we arrest people and don't put them in jail, you put them in that. But, it's $12 a day instead of $45 a day to be in jail. There are a lot of options, but what we need to do is and we took a first step the other day, meeting with Brad Rogers, and there was an article or editorial in the paper, all the homeless providers in one room, and come up with a solution to all work together to fix this, because there is a fix, but we need to come together like Children's Alliance did when Mike Jordan put them together. We need to come together as a group of homeless service providers and come up with a solution. But there is a solution. I mean, they figured it out in Tampa, and there's no reason we can't replicate that here.
All right, so I'm reading in the Star Banner about the parking app problems. I'm sure you probably by now heard about that. That they seem to be having a saying it's not working.
The app?
Yeah, the app. According to the story, it's supposed to get easier. According to the parking app, city paid $38,000 to Street Line, California company, and devices were installed beneath 192 parking spaces, and the accompanying app would help drivers find spaces as registered empty. But apparently, it's causing a lot of frustration. The Star Banner asked Chip Rich, the city's community improvement administrator, what happened. The simple answer was the system's not working. I don't know if you're aware of that. I know it's not your responsibility, but I assume that's something the council will take up with them and find out what's wrong with that, huh?
Yeah, they will. I mean, I remember when the young man came up with that idea. I thought it was a great idea, and I guess if it works, it is a good idea.
Yeah, but, exactly.
It's I guess a glitch in their system that needs to be fixed, and hopefully it'll be fixed and it'll start working. I don't know what the issue is. I haven't talked to Chip about it recently. I saw him the other day, but that was before that article came out.
So many good ideas out there, as long as they work. They do have to work, however. That is an essential
that's
component
one key
of what you do. And so we're not going to have time to play fake or factoid today because you're going to get out of here in a minute. And
Buddy, I want to ask you.
I got to get to a couple of things real quick.
All right.
I wanted to, because I mentioned this. I'm going to give you, and Tom, you can play along here. And if we have time, you ask your question. I circle some of these, what you should learn at 50s. And I want you to comment on some of my favorites, which ones you like the best.
Okay.
Number one, it's your life. Live it the way you want, not what you think others should want you should do. Number two, my happiness is not your responsibility, and your happiness is not my responsibility. Number three, be happy what you have. Circumstances can change in an instant.
Yep.
Number four, no one cares what I look like in a swimsuit anymore, including me. 5, never give up your Home Depot credit card to your lover. That was one of my favorites. Number 5, that no matter how hard you try, your parents are going to do what they want to do as they age. And I say amen to that. And finally, keep moving, open yourself to new ideas and experiences. Anything resonate with you besides the one about the Home Depot card? Any one of those you like at all?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
I call it be yourself. Everybody else is taken.
It's your life. Live it the way you want, not what you think others think you should do.
No, that's the second one. The first one.
That was the first one. The second one was, my happiness is not your responsibility, and your happiness is not my responsibility.
Oh, well, the first one, the one I like.
Maybe
wasn't on there. Be yourself. Everybody else is taken.
That's not on there. Yeah.
Yeah, don't try
Same
to be,
kind of thing, exactly.
Don't try to be one that you're not.
Great.
Be yourself.
I like the one, be happy with what you have. Circumstances can change in an instant.
Yeah.
And that is so true. We know about that.
I just got a quick question right here at the end. Those gold cufflinks, did you lose one of them in Las Vegas? Were you in Las Vegas recently?
It's an
and
inside,
did you lose
it's
one?
an inside story. Bradshaw found a. It's a long story. It's Tom's inside joke. Hey, Ken Quinn, thank you, Mayor.
Right.
Appreciate your time. All right.
All right.
And coming up next, it's the Water Czar, Jeff Halcomb, coming up right here on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source. Do you remember when summer was a celebration? You know, no schools, no worries, just days packed with your favorite pastime. It was the splendid season you dreamed of all year long. But as you got older and busier, the summer seemed to lose its sparkle. Where did those carefree days go? Well, they're closer than you think. Summer's still sensational at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club, where you can come out and play the grown-up way with our affordable summer memberships. Enjoy our championship golf course celebrating the game's greatest holes, hard-true tennis courts, and a state-of-the-art fitness center. Explore our stately 77,000-square-foot clubhouse and unwind at our relaxing spa.
Don't forget the pool!
It's a summer unlike any other, and it's yours with a Golden Ocala summer membership. You can call Golden Ocala at 629-6229 to inquire about a summer membership, or you can visit goldenocala.com to learn more. That's goldenocala.com.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks, no shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. To get your quote, please call us at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. President Obama is sending up to 450 troops to Iraq to join the 3,000 already there to help train local forces fighting ISIS. White House spokesman Josh Earnest.
Based on the analysis of the Department of Defense and other elements of the President's national security team, they arrived at this number.
The president resisting demands by some to put boots on the ground in Iraq. A house-to-house search in the small town of Willsboro, New York for 2 convicted killers who escaped from prison over the weekend.
This resident says the area presents many opportunities for someone who doesn't want to be found.
Around the farm, you know, there's a lot of good places a person could hide.
And the questions continue of workers at the prison to find any help the men had in breaking through walls and pipes.
Fox Radio's Grinnell Scott. Murder charges have been dropped against a Georgia woman accused of inducing an abortion by taking pills. A prosecutor says state law does not cover the alleged action. Fox News. We report, you decide.
And now another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his wife he only wanted a nice card this Father's Day, so she went to Golfsmith and got the new tailor-made AeroBurner iron set and a free $100 gift card. He was overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of the card and couldn't really blame her for keeping the irons for herself. Hurry into Golfsmith from now until June 28th and get a free gift card of up to $100 when you purchase a new tailor-made AeroBurner club. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice Hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Ooh, a xylophone. Sounds dreamy.
Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore, Robin. I'm shipping it to the Musical Historical Society.
And you're packing it like that?
What, this won't work?
Why don't you take it to the Personal Service Center at the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street in Ocala? Just look for the yellow signs.
Great idea. That'll save me a lot of time.
The passing of time.
Personal Service Center makes sending packages easy.
And quick. Call 789-6683.
For the Personal Service Center.
Loco Graphics would like to invite you to their second location on 200 next to Sonny's Barbecue. They are officially open to help you out with all your sign, vehicle wraps, and printing needs. Visit them and mention this ad for free business cards. Need a logo? We've got you covered. From business cards all the way to menus and flyers. Now 2 locations to better serve you. On Merricamp, half a mile east from Forest High School, and on 200 by Sonny's Barbecue. Loco Graphics, impacting your customers. Like us on Facebook.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Back to Voice of Ocala, joined now by one of our favorite guests. We enjoy having him on every couple of months. He's a lot more than his title implies. He is, we call him the Water Czar. He's Director of Water and Sewer. I think that's a proper title. It changes. It may be changed by now. I don't know. But anyway, to have him whatever his title actually is. Jeff Halcomb. How are you, Jeff?
That sounds good. You know what? I've really come accustomed to Water Czar.
I think it fits you. I really do. You know, it's good to be the king, you know?
I don't know about that, but I like Water Czar.
Water Czar fits you perfectly. I think it's great.
Or magnet of all that is water in Ocala.
In Ocala, thank you. In Ocala.
Good to have you. And more importantly, you enhance your entourage.
Yes, I
today.
do. Yeah.
Yes, and although they probably don't want to talk, but they're on closed circuit here, I should say it's Corey Bird and Laura Halcomb who are here with us today. I'm glad to have you both again. And thanks for keeping Jeff in line, because he does need it. There's no question about it.
You know why I brought him, don't you?
Well, yeah, make things look better, more attractive.
No, because it's Tom. Tom won last time. I won before, so it's 1-1. So I got backup for a fact.
There you go. You got backup you got backup. I noticed also someone you came bearing gifts to.
Yes, I did.
And I noticed it disappeared.
Yes, it has.
I saw it on the table and I said, okay, and now it's gone. I'm just saying, yeah. I don't know where it went, but I have a pretty good idea that's the case. So not necessary. Good to have you. I really started thinking about you lately about this story that I read in the Star Banner about the removing of septic tanks.
Yes.
Something you talked about for a long time on this show.
Absolutely.
A lot. Mm-hmm. And I think the number was 850, I believe was what it was.
Who are paying availability, yes.
Yeah. And so I want you to kind of explain why that's important to us today.
Sure.
And, naturally, I always like to talk about the water shortage, and the thing that we've talked about since I was editor of a local magazine and did a story about the new gold, the new oil is water, and of course we know that's, I didn't coin that phrase, but still, it's still so true, more so than ever. What is our status right now with water in Marion County and you specifically in the city of Ocala? And I know our levels are up some, not where they need to be, but what is our status right now?
Yeah, obviously, and you don't have to walk far these days to see that, the rains are helping a whole lot. I think our water situation is good currently. It's how we do and what we treat our water and how we do growth from now on is really going to make a difference in Florida. All you got to do is look at California. What in the world's going on in California? So
it's like Mojave Desert.
It's pretty bad, and a lot of that is because they just kept on going and there was no control of growth and no control of how they were going to do their business model. So they're paying for it now.
Yeah, it looks like something out of 2050 or something. You see those dry beds out there in California, and certainly in the area they have so much produce. They grow a lot of produce in certain parts of California. So
yeah, and that's what's going on too. Is unfortunately for a lot of people in California, there's people who says I'm going to get water no matter what. So they're drilling their own wells. So some of the ag people are starting to drill their own wells.
Right.
So that's even going to cause more of a trouble. But here in Florida, we are blessed. There is water everywhere. Yep, you can't drink it all, but there are things you can do to make it drinkable. And so what we're doing in Florida, a lot of places are doing, Marion County too. So when I'm speaking here, I'm saying that for Marion County and the rest of Florida, is that we're looking at the big picture. And one of the things that we've been able to do is two things. Number one is FDOT, the Florida Department of Transportation. If you go out on the corner of 200, when you're going to go northbound I-75, you see a big dirty looking DRA there. Well, that is FDOT's. And so one of the things that we are looking at in the state of Florida is how can we utilize that water resource better? In other words, when the water runs off I-75 or another state roadway, how can we better utilize those? And so there's a project right now that the FDOT is working with the city of Orlando to do just that. They're going to treat that water, and then they're going to reuse that water for reclaimed water, which is a really awesome deal. So in the city, we're also looking at our DRAs and how better can we utilize those DRAs, and we're working with Sean Lanier, who's the Director of Public Works. We're working with them on.
When you say DRA, explain what you mean.
I know. I'm sorry. Drainage retention area is a DRA. So we're going to try to take some of that water and better utilize it. And this is what we're trying to say is that everybody knows we got drainage wells. In Orlando, there's 200 drainage wells. That's just part of the scape that we have here. So what we're trying to do is look at that period that when we get rains that are not heavy enough to go into the drainage wells, those heavier rains, some of that water we can pull back off and treat that water and make that part of our reclaimed water system. So we're looking at a lot of different things so that we can have water. One of the things I wanted to mention is that as the population has increased in the state of Florida, the water demand has not increased despite what you want to hear. Yes.
Really?
It's actually in some cases decreasing, in large part because there's a lot of new plumbing codes, and we're getting a lot smarter how we do what we do.
Playing catch up, aren't we?
We are, but having said that, at some point in time, we're going to have to either watch growth or we're going to have to plan a little bit better.
But it's at least a positive sign that you can do something to alter the situation.
I think so. I mean, there's a lot of negativities. I understand that because, people are really concerned, are we going to have enough water to drink? And if we don't do something, we're not. But what is really good is that there's a lot of people who are looking at a lot of different ways. And a lot of it's brought by what some people call environmentalists. They look at one thing one way. Well, so does business look at their thing their way. So I think there's a lot of movement to try to coordinate a lot of efforts, and I think they're going to bear fruit. It's just how and when. The big things are going to happen. It's the little things that people are going to notice, and one of them is the septic tank abandonment that we're doing here in the city of Ocala.
Jeff, I talked to Councilman McLeod on Monday, and we were talking about the golf course and the shape that it's in. And people say, well, we're tired of people who play golf worried about that golf course. The average citizen isn't a golfer here. The larger number isn't a golfer. The golf course isn't important. But when you talk about drainage retention areas, the golf course is paramount to that area of 40 and 36th not flooding, is it not?
Absolutely, yes. Yep.
I mean, you hear people say the golf course is, who cares about it? It's just a golf course. How important is that golf course to that area?
Yeah, well, first thing is that, I could probably say that about a lot of things. You know? I mean, some things are important to me and some things aren't important to me. You know, some people like crowds, some people don't. You know, some people can fly in an airplane and not get seasick. Some people can't. You know, it just depends. So I think green spaces, golf courses included, are important to a community. And so, yeah, there's going to be some things we like and some things we don't like. But I think they're real important, especially the runoff there. And maybe you know, there was a big system that was redone in that area. The city and Marion County worked together to put something together so that we would have less water that flowed out into the Silver Springs Run.
And of course, a lot of that recycled water is used for that purpose, to use to water that the gray water,
Yes.
so-called gray water, whatever can be used. You don't have to use the fresh water. We got limited time today because
Sure.
usually we have a little more time with you. But I want to get to the heart of what you wanted
Saying
to say
I talk
today.
too much?
No, I love that you talk. Listen, a talk show host's best friend is somebody who talks too much. Believe me. Last thing I want to somebody was. Give
Why
me
do you
one.
think he has me on for 4 years?
I like Big Mouse. Yeah. So anyway, so getting just real quickly back to the project, which is not going to be cheap.
Yep.
Why was the decision suddenly made to rip out those septic tanks, and what brought it about?
Okay. What had happened was, obviously, as many studies have been done, and then there was little action up until a few years ago about the constant nitrogen that was just creeping up in the Silver Springs and also the Rainbow River. So there was a lot of people call them environmentalists. I don't think that's the right term for them, but anyway, there was a lot of people who said, hey, we got to do something. Well, there was also some of us in the utility business that agreed. And so what we've been doing is lobbying legislation, our people. We've been lobbying our citizens to look at things. So
there's a novel concept, working together. Maybe Washington should try it sometime.
Yes, yeah. I think, well, we could talk about that. We don't have enough time. We could talk
right.
another time. Ask me over for another time. But anyway, so what we started to do is probably about 4 years ago. You're right. We've been talking about for 4 years. What we started doing is that my staff, Daryl Muse has worked really hard, and Renee O'Donnell's worked just amazing on trying to put these pieces of puzzle together. And what we did is there was always barriers. You know, there's anything you do, there's always barriers to success. So sometimes you got to work hard to figure what those barriers out. So what we did is we worked through, there was a lot of cost factors, very expensive. So we looked at how those costs were allocated, and we decided that we could do without some of those costs and reduce some of the other costs. And then we also looked at, okay, how can we get the city not into liability when we go step on somebody's property? So we looked at that. Long story short, you know, the team's been putting together the past 4 years. Right now, we've taken off about 250 septic tanks in those 4 years working on this pilot program. This program, project that the city's kicking out now, is to take care of all those, the availability. And what I mean by availability, if you have a sewer line in front of your house and you're connected to a septic tank, we want to take it offline. Now, there's a state law and an ordinance which can enforce that. At this point, we're just going to go ahead and just ask to get it done, and we hope that everybody will help us. The good part about it is it costs you nothing.
You know what else the good thing is about it? It's the right thing to do.
Yes, sir.
Take a break, come back. Jeff Halcomb says he's back to get him the Tribune today. He wants a piece of Tom and Faker Factor. We'll find out next right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. And Halcomb's going to get destroyed on the source.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name. Whenever you're searching for an attorney, you want somebody with knowledge who has a commitment to our community and our state. Such is the case with Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer. In everything from car and other motor vehicle accidents, work accidents, personal injury, and wrongful death cases. Daniel L. Hightower also handles Social Security disability and bankruptcy. Call him today at 352-629-7777 or check out danhightower.com. Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocala, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocala, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Ooh, ouch. Does pain have you glued to the couch? Yes, unfortunately it's true that every year we must get older, but that doesn't mean we have to deal with pain in our back, knees, or shoulder. If your muscles and joints are sore, don't worry anymore. Come get acupuncture from me and you'll be pain-free. Acupuncture starts as low as $35 at a Better You Healthcare. Call me, Dr. Erica Olstein, at 615-5566. Stop your pain from driving you insane.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Fidgeting can make it easier to lose weight. Many couples think that once they're married, all their issues with in-laws will disappear, but Steinort says a marriage magnifies these problems, so if you're having family clashes with potential in-laws, it's best to resolve those issues before you get married. Just like couples can take out a loan for a house or a new car, there's been a huge surge in loan companies catering to wannabe parents.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Back at Voice of Ocala, the water czar, Jeff Halcomb, his entourage. Is it Corey Bird one word or just Corey Bird? Bird's your last name?
Bird's my last name.
Okay. Well, Corey Bird's pretty a cute name. I can just say Corey.
That's fine.
Good to have you, Corey, and also Laura, who's been here before. I don't know why she'd come back after the punishment she took last time, but she's here to support Jeff. Hey, Jeff, we're gonna get tight schedule.
Yep.
Well, Lake Weir, there's some issues there, obviously.
Yep.
And you came back from out of town. We talked a moment. What can be done about the issue of Lake Weir and the algae they got growing out there?
Right. Okay. So real quick is that just remember when we talk on this one subject, that doesn't mean there's not other things going on in other parts of the county. So I don't want somebody saying we only care about Lake Weir. But what has happened is that since there's been so many issues off and on over the past many years with Lake Weir, they're looking at what some of the pollution problems are, and some of that's the septic tanks. So DEP is working with the county. Now, I wasn't able to get a hold of her today, but Kim Dinkins works for Marion County. And what I heard, now I haven't sure, I couldn't substantiate, I believe she's going to be running a program to help figure out what they're going to do down there. So what can they do? One of the things they could do is that they could fund a project, and it probably have to go through the county, fund a project to add sewer. It won't be cheap, but it's going to be necessary in order for Lake Weir to keep itself clean, because a lot of the pollution, a lot of nitrogen problem that's coming in is from septic tanks.
They have a tax district down there for Lake Weir?
I don't know.
Special taxing district?
I'm not sure.
It would seem they should for projects just like this.
Yep.
Where money could be accrued for things of this thing. It's what they're for, aren't they?
I would think so. I would think there's a lot of things that the county could do to help that process and make that. And I'm sure Kim and those guys will work that out.
Yeah. All right.
I was wondering if y'all were going to delay all the way till the end of the show. I was wondering,
Yeah, we were.
And destroy Halcomb at Fake or Fact.
We were. I got a feeling today is Jeff's day. He's got backup help. Corey and Laura are going to be able to help him out. We're going to go through the questions. You just say fake or factoid. That's all you got to do. And we'll make Tom go first most of the time. You all agree on one answer, and give it to Mr. the Water Czar, and he will give us the answer, okay? Fake or factoid? A team of farm boys racing Harley Davidsons became known as the Hog Boys because the group had a live hog as their mascot. Following a win, they would put the hog on their Harley and take a victory lap. Fake or factoid, Tom?
Fact.
You say fact.
Fake.
Halcom Group says fake. It's fact. Tom is up by 1.
My family's from Wisconsin, where Harley started.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
No need to brag about it. All right, number 2. Since Mr. Smarty Pants, you think you're so smart, figure this one out.
All right.
The rumble that is created when a Harley's engine runs has been patented by the company. You go first.
That's fake, because I think the mufflers have been their aftermarket stuff.
We're 1-1 because that's a fact.
That is a fact. It is 1-1. Boom, boom, bam, boom.
I know the rumble's an aftermarket
We
thing,
don't want to
though.
hear any excuses.
They don't come from the factory sounding like that.
We don't need any excuses. It's okay.
They don't come from the factory sounding like that.
Number 3. This is your wheelhouse, Tom. Warren G. Harding's middle name is Gamaliel. Gamaliel. Gamaliel.
I could not begin to tell you what the G stands for in Warren G. Harding. I'm just going to go with fact just because that sounds dumb enough to be real.
Fake.
Mart, you say fake?
I said
fact.
fact.
Okay. Halcom say?
I say fake.
All right. Anybody want to change their answer? It's fact. Halcom's are down 2. They only got
I didn't know what it stood for, but if that's what it was, I'd go by G too.
All right, come on now, Halcom, let's go. Harry S. Truman's middle name is Solomon. Tom?
Solomon. Fake.
Fact.
You say fact?
Yeah.
Tom wins.
He knew the answer to that.
The S, Harry S. Truman doesn't have a middle name. It's just
he
S.
was trying to bait you in on that one. That's why he did. Well, I'll say he knew it was. There is no middle.
There is no middle name. It's just S.
Finally, the number.
Oh, by the way, I just won.
While you're bragging, let me get the last thing and the number. How much do Americans spend a day on potato chips? Real fast. How much?
$5.
A day, total.
Oh, total.
How many million?
6 million.
Tom wins. It's 10 million. Thank you, Jeff.
For $100, you can be a summer member at Pine Oaks of Ocala. And what do you get with your Pine Oaks membership? Well, you get to play all the golf that you want in the afternoons. And all you do is pay the cart fee. $8 for 9 holes or $12 for 18 holes. This is the golf deal of the summer. Don't miss it. That's the $100 summer membership at Pine Oaks of Ocala.
Do you experience body aches, joint, or a muscle pain all over your body? Does it keep you up at night, interfere with your day, and leave you feeling tired and in pain? You could be suffering from fibromyalgia. Renstar Medical Research in Ocala is conducting a research study of investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 18 and 75 who have had widespread body pain or tenderness for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication at no cost. Compensation for time and travel will be provided, and insurance is not necessary to participate. If you experience body aches or suffer from fibromyalgia and would like to find out more information about this fibromyalgia study, please call Renstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. That's Renstar Medical Research, 352-629-5800. Renstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
It's a privilege on Southern Pigskin tonight that every week we're joined by NFL Hall of Famer and Fox broadcaster Terry Bradshaw. I know you think Terry just knows sports. Well, Terry knows how to sing pretty good as well.
Yeah, I sing real good.
All right, let's give a little happy trails out there to all our friends and neighbors.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. I'm gonna wrap it up real fast. Grab my ball of cash and say good night to Buddy.
Good night, Terry.
So tune in each week to Southern Pigskin Tonight. There's no telling what you might hear Terry Bradshaw say. Right here on Ocala's own WOCA 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Fidgeting can make it easier to lose weight. Many couples think that once they're married, all their issues with in-laws will disappear, but Steinorth says a marriage magnifies these problems, so if you're having family clashes with potential in-laws, it's best to resolve those issues before you get married. Just like couples can take out a loan for a house or a new car, there's been a huge surge in loan companies catering to wannabe parents.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. The search for two convicted killers who escaped from an upstate New York prison has expanded to several other states as well. Vermont Governor Peter Shumlin.
Governor Cuomo and I are committed to doing everything that we can to keeping the folks in Vermont and New York safe.
Shumlin at a news conference with New York Governor Cuomo. It was first noticed the inmates were missing on Saturday. The latest findings in the investigation into last month's deadly Amtrak crash back at least some of the claims of the engineer.
Now the NTSB, in its second official update on the Amtrak crash, has concluded that no calls, texts, or data usage occurred during the time the engineer was operating the train, nor did the engineer access the train's Wi-Fi system while he was operating the locomotive.
Fox's James Rosen on Wall Street. The blue chips enjoying their best day in a month amid signs Greece and its creditors may be inching closer to a deal. The Dow jumped 236 points. Fox News, we report, you decide.
And now another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his wife he only wanted a nice card this Father's Day, so she went to Golfsmith and got the new tailor-made AeroBurner iron set and a free $100 gift card. He was overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of the card and couldn't really blame her for keeping the irons for herself. Hurry into Golfsmith from now until June 28th and get a free gift card of up to $100 when you purchase a new tailor-made AeroBurner club. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice Hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at choicehotels.com. You always have a choice.
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
Well, welcome to Buddy Sports Page on a Wednesday afternoon. Got plenty of action for you today. We hope to have John Adams from the Knoxville News Sentinel today, but John had cell phone issues, so we'll pick him up next week. We'll in the studio. Tom James will be arriving in about 10 minutes, and we'll have a little discussion around the round table. Things like coaches' salaries in the SEC, maybe a little bit about the College World Series, et cetera, and probably we'll touch on the NBA. And I must say that I think people now are finally beginning to see what an incredible story it will be if somehow LeBron James pulls this off.
Delhi.
Yeah, he was great last night.
Good night, that guy's a maniac.
Yeah, and you can't help but love him the way he plays. I think it was Blatt said last night. You know, he's an Aussie, of course.
Mm-hmm.
He says he said he's more like a Clevelander than he is an Aussie. He says people in Cleveland will know what I mean because of their work ethic and how he dives for loose balls and superb effort. And you love to see that in a world of giants and rich people.
He dove 2 rows up late in the game. I was like, where's he going after that loose ball? He's 2 rows behind the Cavaliers bench.
No chance to get that ball, but the effort was there, and you never know. And he makes other guys play harder.
How many times did he take knees to the face when he's scrambling on the ground, getting loose balls, you know, where he got fouled and then the jump ball situation? He's taking hands, knees to the face and everything.
Not to mention coming off those screens.
Good
He
night.
gets hammered. Those guys are sickening to him. He is all over the MVP. Now, he had a better game last night in the fourth quarter, obviously. And LeBron was the story. I mean, someone mentioned today, and I guess it was on ESPN, I like to give credit, broke the film down, former player, and said the thing about LeBron is in addition to his abilities, he is a basketball genius. He knows just what to do, how to adjust the pick and roll, what to do when they double and don't double, and he knows what to anticipate. And it's almost like a quarterback who calls audibles when he sees what the safety's going to do. He has the ability to make those decisions on the run. And like I told you the other day, the thing about LeBron he had to worry about was he has no legs the last 3 or 4 minutes of a game, and it's hard for him to really shoot at the high level when he's just exhausted. Last night, he got a little bit more rest he did in game 2, not a lot. But then late in the game, he went to a couple of go-to shots to his people, James Jones and Dele, and dished the ball up and dished it off, Shumpert. And they got the buckets when they needed them, and he was the facilitator.
He's averaging 40.67 points a game in the finals. 40.67 points per game.
All kind of records. I think he shot 106 times, which is fine. He can shoot 50 times, 60 times.
He now holds the most points over a 3-game period in the finals, past Jerry West in that category.
Right. And by the way, I don't think it matters how many points he scores. It's his iron will that's impressive. He is imposed on his team. These guys are playing way above their ability. Villanova being
way
one,
above,
and he's bringing that. That's what Magic Johnson did. Now he had Kareem and a few other good players, but Magic Johnson made everybody better, and LeBron has made everybody better. And let's be honest, how many people thought Cleveland really had a chance to win this series?
I couldn't tell you. I didn't hear one person say, although I will tell you, well, I can't tell you, but I know somebody personally who, if wagering was legal, they took Cleveland at plus 190. I won't tell you who that is, but if wagering was legal, I know somebody who, because they just couldn't get past the LeBron being LeBron factor, they took Cleveland at plus 190.
We're talking about one of the best basketball teams in the history of the NBA and Golden State. I mean, they had 80 wins. Only 11 teams have had 80 wins.
Yeah, they've got 80 wins up till now. Yeah,
and I think maybe they'll be, if they don't win, they'll be the only team with 80 wins not to win
the championship. Yes.
But the fact that they're in this thing now, I don't know how much LeBron how long he can keep going. But you know what? I wouldn't put anything past this man. If you listen to Dwayne Wade last night, Dwayne Wade talked about the fact that he's always going to be respectful of LeBron and his effort, and he thinks that he's got an idea he can win, and thinks that that they're going to have a good chance of winning this thing. So it's become a really, really good series, and certainly Golden State's got some wonderful players. And a couple of old Florida Gators showed up last night, too.
David Lee and Mike Miller both got the game.
Right.
David Lee had a great game.
He helped him turn it around and close the gap from 20.
The scary thing is Dellavedova hospitalized after the game last night.
Because he had nothing. He was bruised all over. Yeah. His whole body was bruised.
He was. Body was bruised up and had to have IVs at the hospital.
He'll never buy a drink in Cleveland again.
No. He's good. He'll never have to buy a drink in Cleveland again. Although I do take exception with he's more of a Clevelander than an Aussie. Remember, Aussies, they wrestle crocodiles, okay? Let's just clear that up.
He plays basketball like it's a scrum.
Remember Crocodile Dundee? That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mess with an Aussie.
But like I said, he meant the point is that his blue-collar work ethic was what Cleveland loved about him. So
I got to go let Tom James in.
Let's give us the headlines first.
Okay, the headlines real quick, then I'll let Tom James in. Of course, Dellavedova was hospitalized last night. Also, Texas accused of potential academic impropriety under Rick Barnes. Tennessee's hired Rick Barnes to replace Donnie Tyndall, who was fired due to NCAA issues. And now on Wednesday morning, Brad Wolverton of the Chronicle of Higher Education published a story documenting allegations of academic impropriety under Barnes while he was the head coach at Texas. Also, LaDainian Tomlinson, number 21 to be retired by the San Diego Chargers, buddy. LaDainian Tomlinson, running back for a number of years with the Chargers, his number to be retired. And finally, last night, the first no-hitter of the season is the rookie for the Giants, Chris Heston.
Nobody's ever heard of him.
No hits the Mets. Gave up 5 hits, 12 strikeouts. And
3 hit batters.
Yeah, 3 hit batters, exactly.
First time that's ever happened where they had 3 hit batters.
But it is a no-hitter as the Giants won 5-0 last night against the Mets.
That's the headlines. With Tom James in the house. Take a break, come back. When he gets back, we will go on the roundtable to kick around some ideas and thoughts right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
When you were a kid, you had all sorts of toys. Toy cars, boats, trucks, entire toy boxes full of fun. Of course, you never really outgrow your toys, do you? It's just that now, instead of a box full, you have a garage full. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, ATVs, and more. As you get older, your love of toys just gets stronger. So protect those toys the best way possible by switching to Allstate. An Allstate agent can help do the switching, paperwork, bundle all your policies together, and even find you a bunch of discounts. So if you love your toys, make sure you protect your toys by making one call to an Allstate agent.
Protect all your toys with Allstate and the McDonald Agency. Established in 1985, we have offices in Ocala and the Villages to better serve you. Give us a call at 622-2333. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Are you in good hands?
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Hello, I'm Tom Schmitz, here to tell you about Ocus, a great resource for any business and a proud partner of the CEP. Ocus offers your business radically new technology called Next Generation Websites. Sites that do not wear out, they automatically adapt to new technology like smartphones, tablets, and the next big thing. Why pay for technology that starts becoming obsolete the moment you buy it? With Ocus, there is so much more. Built into the Ocus platform is an unmatched array of business solutions adaptable to any business. Ocus is a superb example that cutting-edge technology can grow and prosper in Marion County. And I should know because they handle my website, ktforfun.com. Ocus has assisted numerous companies in Marion County that have succeeded online. You can learn more by visiting them online at ocus.com. That's OCOOS.com, or drop by their downtown Ocala location at 116 South Magnolia Avenue. Find out how Ocus can provide your business with everything you need to succeed online.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. It's the perfect time to brighten up your look, so make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind. With a custom treatment plan that really works, I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
Back at Sports Page, glad to be with you today. It's time to come to the roundtable and talk with the Knights. Well, I wouldn't call them Knights.
Well, Tom James graduated from University of Central Florida, so he's a Knight.
So, you know. All right. Well,
technically, he's a Knight.
All right. Tom James, glad to have you sit in with us today, Tom. Good to be here, part of our radio family. Before we get into some of the topics, I know you're watching the NBA. And I know you're going to be really impressed with what you've seen with some of the things Cleveland's done. But we've talked about it some on the show. Give us your take on what you see happening so far and what's your thoughts about what Cleveland's done.
I could talk a lot about how great the things that Cleveland is doing are, really steering this NBA Finals. Obviously LeBron, obviously Dellavedova coming in. Every opportunity throughout the entire playoffs that he's had to show what he's good at, which is defense, he's taken that opportunity and run with it. But what I'd also like to throw in is how disappointed I am with the intensity level of the Golden State Warriors. They seem like a team that doesn't have a rudder out there right now. It doesn't seem like they're directionless. Their star, Their MVP, Steph Curry, almost it seems like he needs to drink a cup of coffee or have a Red Bull or something. I just don't see the urgency from these guys when they need it, and it's really disappointing. It makes me look at Golden State like a great regular season team, a great early playoff round team that is really, really green when it comes to the nitty-gritty in the NBA Finals. And when the pressure rises, they don't know how to win a championship right now. That's what it looks like to me.
In Game 3, it was the first time I saw Golden State's players start looking at the officials like, are you going to help us out here? Because the Game 3 was very physical. There was some screen set. There was some hard knocks. It didn't get called as fouls, but just people chalk up to being NBA Finals basketball. And instead of just taking it, going with the flow, and getting back and playing with an intensity, it's the first time I saw them start to look towards the referees and say, are we going to get any help here? And that's the first sign to me of a team that's looking for excuses. Because they're going to be able to say, well, look, we got beat up, and the rules said that we shouldn't have got beat up, and we did. And last night it looked, until about midway through the fourth quarter, it looked like they were part of a zombie apocalypse, and they were the zombies.
It was incredible. I'm serious, Schmitty. I don't understand what has come over Golden State. I mean, you got to be able to bend to what the officials are doing, whatever the officials are doing, however they're calling. They're calling this series like it's a rugby match out there.
And in Game 3,
but you got to be able
really
to adjust. Yeah, you got to be able to adjust. And they certainly don't seem like that kind of team right now. And it really surprises me, I have to say.
Well, I agree with you on them really not hustling down. In fact, the broadcast color analyst got on them last night, but the bigs not getting back down to court, and for Golden State.
Yeah.
And that's hurting them, without question. But to put this in context, let's just for a minute, we could pick it apart. The officiating has been spotty at best.
I agree.
We can get into that, but we won't. Certainly, Steph Curry has been a big story. What he hadn't been able to do last night, he brought some of it back. He was able to get his shot, maybe develop his shot back. LeBron is just remarkable. And the story some of he's writing is really an epic story. But here's the deal, and the proof from the numbers. This is one of the greatest NBA finals we have ever had. If you don't believe it, look at the ratings. Best ever through 2 games, I know, and probably through 3. And you've had 2 overtime games. Yeah. You've had the impossible dream. You've had the golden boy of Golden State and all those great storylines. And America is really loving this.
Yeah. Buddy Martin, you've been around longer than Tom and I for these kind of sporting events. If the Cleveland Cavaliers, led by LeBron James, figure out a way to continue this and win this finals, is that possibly the greatest story in NBA Finals history?
I don't know if I'd go greatest story, because there have been some great ones. I mean, Michael Jordan, obviously, Magic, Irvin, whatever. But certainly it would be, in terms of a team accomplishment, it probably would be in terms of a team accomplishment, because no one but LeBron believed they could do it.
Well, and I think what Smitty might also be referring to is obviously the storyline of this about the prodigal son coming home and that kind of thing. Yeah, I just look at LeBron in terms of his drive right now and his hunger. And, we've seen this before. Here is a guy who is on a mission, who has a lot of pressure on him, but he really, really wants it.
Tom James, along with Tom Schmitz, I'm Buddy Martin. Football is not in the air yet, but it's always in the air where we live. And I looked at the list the other day of the highest paid SEC coaches and found it to be kind of interesting. Yeah. And I passed that list along to you guys. And I'd like your comments when you see it. And then also, let's see if we can say who's the guy who's getting, who's doing the least for his money, who's the guy doing the most. In other words, who deserves the money and who doesn't deserve money, who should make more, who should make less. I got mine if you want me to start.
Well, go ahead.
First of all, it's really an absurd amount of money. If you put this as like the national budget. And poor old Jim McElwain, all the way down to the 13th on the list in terms of pay, he's only making a paltry $3.6 million. How about that? But looking at this list of people, and we'll read it off to you in a minute, without question, the guy to me who's most overpaid at the number 2 position behind Nick Saban, Kevin Sumlin, $5 million a year. He hasn't played up to that yet, so he hasn't earned his dough. the guy I think that probably is the one who deserves more, who gets almost no credit, is Gary Pinkel of Missouri. Because he has won the East Championship twice. He's kept his team competitive. So my take on that is that Sumlin is the most overpaid at this point, Pinkel the least. What do you guys got?
Mm-hmm. Well, buddy, a couple things. Jim McElwain, out of 15 coaches, in terms of salary, 14 teams, but 15 coaches on the list, and I'll explain why. He's in there at number 13. Now, he hasn't coached a game yet for the Florida Gators, making $3.5 million. But a guy who's on the list 2 notches ahead of Jim McElwain is his predecessor at the University of Florida, Will Muschamp, who the Gators fired, and he's now not even a head coach, a defensive coordinator at Auburn, making more than Jim McElwain.
That's the payout for you.
Well, the coaches that I think
who's the most underpaid, Tom?
Well, if you look at 3 guys who certainly have tenure, Nick Saban at 7.16, far and away the highest paid coach and deserves to be. Les Miles at the 3rd highest paid coach at 4.3, probably ought to be number 2.
Okay.
He probably ought to be number 2. And Steve Spurrier's won a national championship, not at South Carolina, mind you, but he's down there tied for 7th at $4 million. The guy has certainly proven his worth for years and years and years. Ought to be right up a little higher on the list, I think.
All right, so is there anybody there you think is overpaid, though? A top list.
I would go with Hugh Freeze and Kevin Sumlin in the top 5 there.
All right, Tom?
Well, to me, the most overpaid coach there is definitely Kevin Sumlin. He's making $5 million a year, and he hasn't done anything to earn that $5 million a year yet. All he's finished is, 4th or 5th in the West every year.
Remember what Spurrier said last year about him at the SEC media days? We don't know much about him, but we know he can negotiate.
Exactly. Now, the coach that I think is making the least amount of money, all he's done is turned around a Mississippi State Bulldog team that just wins. Mississippi State's a tough out. They were ranked as high as number 1 last year in the country, and he's making a paltry $3 million a year is Dan Mullen. I think Dan Mullen's done great things. What I find crazy is, buddy, huh?
He's at 4.
$4 million now, yeah. But he's $3 million last year in 2014. He's making $4 million now. But what I find crazy about these things is some of these incentives. And when you talk about the incentives, the one that I look, Nick Saban, his base salary, $245,000.
Of course, that's all.
But he makes $6.8 million as a talent fee.
Simply a way to get around the state.
Of course it is. Of course
where
it
you
is.
can pay state employees so much money.
But he gets, he gets $50,000 if his graduation rate's in the top 8 in the SEC. He gets $100,000 if it's in the top 25%. He gets 15-seat skybox, 7 additional skybox tickets, and then 12 regular tickets. Yeah. The incentives to some of these deals are crazy.
All right, the list is Saban's number 1, Kevin Sumlin mentioned number 2, Les Miles 3 at 4.3. Hugh Freeze up there at number 4 at 4.3. Gus Malzahn 4.1. Tom said he thought he was Tom James thought he was overpaid. Gary Pinkel making 4.02. Steve Spurrier $4 million even. Dan Mullen $4 million. Mark Rick $4 million. Brett Bielema, $4 million, and then you get down to Will Muschamp, doesn't even belong on the list because he's not a head coach anymore. He's making 3.7 with his buyout at Florida. Butch Jones at 3.6, Jim McElwain at 3.5, and Mark Stoops, Kentucky, and then at the very bottom at 15, Gene Chizik, former Auburn head coach, $2.4 million. So there you have it.
And of course, we don't know what Vanderbilt coach is making because it's a private institution,
right,
and they don't tell you.
Right. I would imagine he's to be somewhere in the lower third of that, more than likely. Good point. Real quick, we got just a minute. Story moved to Cardale Jones. You remember Cardale Jones has a phenomenal end last year, quarterback for Ohio State, took him to the championship, and he says he doesn't think he's proven anything yet. I like that kind of talk, but I don't agree with him. I think he has proven something. He can be a championship quarterback. Your thoughts?
I think that he has proven something, that he's grown up. This is a guy who said, we don't have to go. Why do we got to go to class? We're just here to win football games. I think this comment saying I haven't proved anything yet, hadn't done anything yet, shows me he has done something. He's grown up.
Coach Meyer's done something too. Said no more of that kind of talk around here.
Well, he certainly is showing a lot of maturity. He also said that he didn't beat out J.T. Barrett. Barrett was hurt, and he didn't beat out Braxton Miller, who was also hurt. So all three of them, when they had their opportunities, were all good. But, he's putting it out there that he didn't beat those guys out for that job. And so he's shown a lot of maturity.
I just found it astonishing that one team could have so much talent at the quarterback position, and certainly Ohio State's got that. Cardale Jones has got a ton of talent, but J.T. Barrett does too. And Braxton Miller still may have a go at quarterback. Still may have a go, although he's got an arm injury. So looking pretty good for the Buckeyes, I think, next year. Among other things, the quarterback's position is solidified. Coming up next, we'll talk to a guy that Tom James knows quite well. He's the head coach of the CF Patriots. Tim Ryan will be here. What are you going to ask Coach Ryan?
Can he keep his streak alive of 13 straight trips to the state playoffs?
There you go. That's a good question for him. So Tim Ryan, one of our regulars on this show, and glad to have him. We'll talk about the CF program with him and the voice of CF basketball, Tom James and Tom Schmitz. I'm Buddy Martin. Stay tuned for more Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local
on The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Do you remember when summer was a celebration? No schools, no worries, just days packed with your favorite pastime. It was the splendid season you dreamed of all year long. But as you got older and busier, the summer seemed to lose its sparkle. Where did those carefree days go? Well, they're closer than you think. Summer's still sensational at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club, where you can come out and play the grown-up way with our affordable summer memberships. Enjoy our championship golf course celebrating the game's greatest holes, hard-true tennis courts, and a state-of-the-art fitness center. Explore our stately 77,000-square-foot clubhouse and unwind at our relaxing spa.
Don't forget the pool!
It's a summer unlike any other, and it's yours with a Golden Ocala summer membership. You can call Golden Ocala at 629-6229 to inquire about a summer membership, or you can visit goldenocala.com to learn more. That's goldenocala.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. The search for two convicted killers who escaped from an upstate New York prison has expanded to several other states as well. Vermont Governor Peter Shumlin.
Governor Cuomo and I are committed to doing everything that we can to keeping the folks in Vermont and New York safe.
Shumlin at a news conference with New York Governor Cuomo. It was first noticed the inmates were missing on Saturday. The latest findings in the investigation into last month's deadly Amtrak crash back at least some of the claims of the engineer.
Now the NTSB, in its second official update on the Amtrak crash, has concluded that no calls, texts, or data usage occurred during the time the engineer was operating the train, nor did the engineer access the train's Wi-Fi system while he was operating the locomotive.
Fox's James Rosen on Wall Street. The blue chips enjoying their best day in a month amid signs Greece and its creditors may be inching closer to a deal. The Dow jumped 236 points. Fox News, we report, you decide.
And now another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his wife he only wanted a nice card this Father's Day, so she went to Golfsmith and got the new tailor-made AeroBurner iron set and a free $100 gift card. He was overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of the card and couldn't really blame her for keeping the irons for herself. Hurry into Golfsmith from now until June 28th and get a free gift card of up to $100 when you purchase a new tailor-made AeroBurner club. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of choice hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Talk about our community and some of the things going on here. We have some excellent events to go to, including golf and the high school sports and et cetera, et cetera. And one thing we are really lucky to have is the high quality of college basketball. And that's due to the guy we're going to have on next, Tim Ryan, the head coach of the CF Patriots, who's back with us. Coach, how are you doing?
Great, buddy. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
We got a couple of guys here that want to cry catch on some things. You know this one guy you see quite a bit. Was one Tom James, and then Tom Schmitz. And
yes,
Tom,
sir.
I just want to say one thing. Tom James made a point. I'm not going to steal this question, but this consistency with which you've been successful at CF is kind of amazing. And Tom, go ahead and ask your question, because that was your question.
Well, Coach Ryan, the numbers gotten to be so high we start to lose track of it a little bit. How many state titles or state tournaments in a row have you been to now? Is it 13 in a row?
No, the record is 13. We've been 10, which is the third longest in the history of Florida. And this year, if we were fortunate enough to make it again this year, we would be number 2 in the history of junior college basketball.
Gotcha.
So we're hoping to keep that roll going.
You know, that's something that in your situation where in the JUCO format, where you guys, you have player turnover so much every year or every 2 years, to be able to be that consistent, how are you able to do that?
Well, I think first of all, we work. We're constantly working, and we don't settle. We don't settle for kids that we don't think that that aren't good enough or aren't our quality of kid. And I think we take our time. A lot of guys rush through the recruiting process, I believe, trying to sign kids to get it done with so they can have their summers off. We're not like that. We're working all the way through the summer, making sure we find the best possible kids we can get. Now, saying all that, I think Ocala, people don't understand what a great town Ocala is and community, and how much they support us. So we bring kids in here, and it's very easy to sell this because of the town and our location. You know, if you think about it, we have our dorms right on campus. We have 91 eating establishments within a 1.5 mile radius of the campus. The kids can walk to the mall, they can walk to the movie theater, they can walk to the Walmart. So it's a great setup for them. And then the environment that the community gives us, the turnout. You know, you've been there, you see the crowds that we get. You go to some junior college games, and you know there's more guys on the court than there are in the stands. So I think it's a combination of the effort and the work that my staff and myself have put in, but also we have a big advantage here in Ocala.
Well, the fan base is tremendous over there at Patriot Gym. You're a couple of years removed now from that national championship, which I know still brings a smile to the faces of you and everybody in the program and so many people here in the community. 2013, you won the national title. Also, you have the state tournament in the midst of a deal where it's being held right here in Ocala every year. Has all this helped raise the profile of CF basketball in this community, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, we've had people, I think after the national championship was big, you know, as far as the publicity that we got. You can't buy that kind of publicity. So I think that that gave us a huge jump. And then having the state tournament here, it also helps. You're bringing in these high-quality kids from around the state. You know, you have coaches from all over the country, major colleges, coming in to see these kids. You got NBA scouts coming in to watch these guys. The quality of play certainly has has risen, and that also has made the interest rise.
Talking with Coach Tim Ryan, the CF Patriots basketball program. Coach, I noticed I saw a guy lurking around the gym the other day, and I hadn't seen him since 2013, but he went away, and now he's back on campus. It's the gang's back together as Tito Arias is back as your assistant coach. How good is it to have Tito back and the familiarity as he was with you from 2008 to 2013 during that great run? How much is that going to help, you think, this year having Tito back with you?
He's my right-hand guy. You know, it's hard to measure that. He's so valuable to us. The kids love him. He's great in the weight room. He pushes them. They know how much he cares about them. And on top of that, he's a great recruiter. He has your back all the time. You can't say enough about what Tito brings to this program, being part of my staff. And like I said, he's my right-hand guy. You know, it's makes it so much easier, so much more fun when he's around.
College of Central Florida head basketball coach Tim Ryan. Before we get into the question about your your current camp going on and your golf tournament, tell me about LeBron. You know,
LeBron is changing the game right now. He is. First of all, you know, I'm a LeBron fan. I'm a Michael Jordan fan. But LeBron is, you know, I'd say this is my opinion on it. LeBron is Michael Jordan in Karl Malone's body. You know, he is slightly smaller than Karl Malone was. Probably stronger. Maybe he's as strong as Karl Malone. And he's doing things that Michael Jordan did, but in that body. And nobody ever thought you would see Karl Malone bringing the ball up and doing the things that Michael Jordan can do. It's to me, it's just it's unbelievable. You know, what other team can lose their starting center, their power forward, and their starting guard and do what he's doing? What other team can lose their second and third best guy and think they can win a championship? Maybe if you lose your second and third best guy, maybe you're happy if you can compete. But to be staring a championship in the face, can you know? And again, I'm a big Michael Jordan fan. I don't mean this to come off the wrong way, but could Michael Jordan have won those championships without Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant?
Not with this team. He couldn't have won it with this team.
Yeah, you know. And so it's you know, and I love Golden State. I don't know. I understand this, but I don't think the series is over. No. Golden State, a tremendous team. I thought before the series started that Golden State would win it, but I was rooting for Cleveland. I like LeBron, but they just shoot the ball so well. What I think one of the things is two things that I think that are going on is I think Cleveland has done a tremendous job of guarding the perimeter. And what I have noticed in this series than the other series is that Golden State's not passing the ball as much and as well as they did before. They're not, and it's got to, you have to give credit to Cleveland's perimeter defense. Now, the other thing that's going on, which I think is where LeBron is really changing the game, or is a leader in this, is the physicality of the game. It's I believe that Golden State's a more talented team, but Cleveland is just overpowering them with their physical play, and I think that you're seeing a toughness in the game almost take over. And Bo Ryan alluded to this after the championship game, the NCAA championship game. He talked about how physical they were and the calls weren't being made. That's just the way the game's played right now. It's a physical game, and Cleveland is taking advantage of that.
Talking with Coach Tim Ryan of CF Patriots. Coach, it's summertime. School's out. Children are out on the basketball courts playing basketball, which must be time for Camp Patriot. Tell us about Camp Patriot.
Well, I appreciate that. Camp Patriot's in its 12th year. It's booming. We're getting, by word of mouth, it's been getting bigger and bigger. We run 4 camps. You can go to our website, which is CampPatriotBasketball.com. It's all one word, CampPatriotBasketball.com. It is a camp that runs from 9 to 4. It's based on the fundamentals. In the morning, we do all kinds of stations where we teach you about dribbling, shooting, defense, footwork, one-on-one moves. And then we go to a thing we call fun games, where we do some games where you're working on your fundamentals and they don't even know it, like where we'll play tag, and kids dribble the ball and they have to tag someone else. Then we, in the afternoons, we watch a little bit of a movie, like a Michael Jordan or a Pistol Pete movie, or Larry Bird, for about 20 minutes after they eat, so they don't get right back on the court. And then we do a basketball trivia game where we teach them about the history of the game, and we talk about Dr. James Naismith, from Dr. James Naismith, and how it all began, and we kind of bring it up to current times. And then they play 3-on-3 and 5-on-5 in the afternoons, which is really what they love to do. So it's a full day. It's a full day of camp. It's not a babysitting camp. They're going to come. They're going to learn. They're going to work. At the end of the day, the parents are going to be real happy because the kids are going to be exhausted.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. A lot of if you look around the county, a lot of the kids are some of the best players in the varsity level right now at the high school are kids that have come through our camp. So I think it's something doing. We're doing something right
having
there.
An impact.
Camp dates are June 15th through the 18th, June 22nd through the 25th, July 6th through the 9th, and July 20th through the 23rd. Now, there's a golf tournament coming up as well, isn't there?
Yeah, it's been, we've been real successful. We've talked about on the court, and one of those things in order to do that, it takes some money to get these kids in here. We recruit guys, the best players, the best kids that we can find from all over. And one of the things that we do to help raise the money so we can support these kids, pay for tuition, pay for books, pay for meals for these guys, is our golf tournament. It's our big fundraiser during the year. It's August 8th. Anyone that would like to play in it, they can give me a call at the school. They can call me on my cell. Or if they'd like to get involved as far as being a sponsor, maybe a whole sponsor, we'll put a foursome in. We'd love to have you. It's sponsored by Outback. Outback gives us does the lunch for us. Bagelicious does the breakfast for us. It's a great day, a great fun day to come out and help support us, help us keep this thing rolling.
Bagelicious and Outback. I'm in, Coach. Coach, thanks so much for stopping by with us today. Give the information one more time where they can reach you about the summer camps.
The summer camps is CampPatriotBasketball.com. CampPatriotBasketball.com. And I appreciate you guys having me on here, and it's always a pleasure.
Coach Tim Ryan of the CF Patriots. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Bye.
More on Betty Sports Page after this timeout on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local
on The Source.
Do you experience body aches, joint, or a muscle pain all over your body? Does it keep you up at night, interfere with your day, and leave you feeling tired and in pain? You could be suffering from fibromyalgia, Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala is conducting a research study of investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 18 and 75 who have had widespread body pain or tenderness for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication at no cost. Compensation for time and travel will be provided, and insurance is not necessary to participate. If you experience body aches or suffer from fibromyalgia and would like to find out more information about this fibromyalgia study, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. That's Rinstar Medical Research, 352-629-5800. Rinstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today. Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant. Whenever you're searching for an attorney, you want somebody with knowledge who has a commitment to our community and our state. Such is the case with Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer. In everything from car and other motor vehicle accidents, work accidents, personal injury, and wrongful death cases. Daniel L. Hightower also handles Social Security disability and bankruptcy. Call him today at 352-629-7777 or check out danhightower.com. Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Aaron Levine. He's coming out to talk to us about ways to pursue a worry-free retirement.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
Hank Whittier will be in the studio from Vets Helping Vets, bringing you veterans news as he does every Thursday.
Dr. Wendy Suzuki has written a new book called Healthy Brain, Happy Life, a personal program to activate your brain.
And then Jim Penna will be on. He's the secretary of the Silver Springs Radio Club, and Ron Viola will be on. He's a participant in the annual Amateur Radio Relay League Field Day happening on Saturday, June 27th and Sunday, June 28th.
Pastor Charlotte Gamble will be on the air with her new book, The Miracle in the Middle.
And then Dr. Rovinia Brock is coming on. She's talking about maintaining a healthy diet.
Cindy Schmeiser will be speaking about the new SAT assessment for the next school year.
And then Dr. Carmen Caccioni and Libby Barney are coming on. They're talking about ways to find an online pharmacy. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Sports page. Tom James in the house along with Buddy Martin and myself. A little overtime with the round table. Have you ever seen, no, because it hadn't happened before, a no-hitter where 3 batters got hit. Wasn't a perfect game by any means, but a no-hitter the same.
Big difference between a no-hitter and a perfect game.
What's the guy's name?
Henson.
What's the guy's name?
I thought it was Heston.
Henson.
That's my point. If there's a no-hitter, we don't even know his name.
Well, is a no-hitter become a wasted entity in baseball nowadays?
No, it's still an accomplishment.
No, it's still fun, and I think a lot of this is the fact that it was going on while Game 3 of the NBA Finals was
had a lot to do with it.
As someone was saying, they were getting greedy out in Golden State. And they wanted
that's right.
Out in L.A., they wanted everything. It was. I really I'm so disappointed in baseball. If you look at the Rays lineup, almost nobody in that lineup is 2 guys who played last year.
Evan Longoria and who else? Exactly.
First baseman.
James Loney.
Yeah, Loney. Yeah. And Loney's been in the league for a long time.
Yeah, so, and he's not even in the game. In fact, the other day, I think they might have had 8 guys I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, I know who Freddie Freeman is, and after that, I got nothing on the Braves because they've adjusted their entire lineup since last year.
Tom, you don't watch baseball at all, do you, Tom James?
Huh? Nearly nightly.
One of the reasons is, but you can't watch a whole game.
Why not?
You want to watch a 3-hour baseball game?
Oh, yeah.
Heather would jerk a knot in your head.
Well, that's why we have separate.
I know better than that.
Multiple televisions in the
Tom
house,
Schmitz,
right?
he's trying to tell us he's watching a 3-hour baseball game. Are you believing that? I don't think so.
Well, I could watch a 3-hour baseball game every night. It would just entail making Jennifer angry about 7 o'clock. She'd storm off in the bedroom, turn the TV on in there, and she'd leave me alone.
Yeah, well, here's how it works in my house. It's a split screen, and she gets the audio.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
All right.
You know what? I actually have invested in the headsets where we can watch TV with the headset and not disturb the other one.
Yeah, but I got to be able to listen to her.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, I got this down.
Very key point I've coached Tom Schmitz up on. He's learning the importance of watching it with your significant other, your husband, your wife.
Yeah,
don't dial out your wife.
Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. I have a new show now that we're watching religiously, Diners, Dives, and something else with that Guy Fieri guy.
Yeah.
Telling you what,
we love our shows.
It's a wonderful show.
He's the guy who kept making fun of me because I watched Dancing with the Stars for all these years. You watch Dancing with the Stars? Look at him. Guess who's watching all that stuff now?
Guy Fieri.
Man card about to be pulled.
It should have been revoked a long time ago.
Look here, he was in Chicago last night eating sandwiches. It was wonderful.
Anthony Bourdain's had some wow shows lately. Man, he's, unbelievable what that guy
And
does.
the sports show is now over, thank goodness.
I had a good time. Our thanks to the mayor, Ken Gwynn, also to Corey Bird and Laura and Jeff Halcomb, and of course to Tom James and Tom Schmitz, my broadcast partner, as well as Coach Tim Ryan of CF Patriots. I'm Buddy Martin. On behalf of our gang here, have a great night, everybody.
If you've been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in, I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lake Weir sunsets. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lake Weir. Seating now available.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto